Hello, and how are you? Good day, good afternoon, morning. It's another lovely day here back at the ranch, and I am contemplating yesterday's loss, or non victory, I should put it as, or will one day be passed, is the whole bill that didn't get passed for the stablecoins. You know, some of the reasons for why they didn't do it or why they were voting against it are quite possibly some of the most childish things I've ever heard politicians say. Like complete children right out of, I'm not even talking junior high, I'm talking straight out of elementary school. Like, what? Like, have you done any homework? You didn't do your homework. Your dog ate it. What? Do you know how old, that tired it's coming? You don't have any choice in this matter. I mean, truly, you don't. You think you can stop what's happening here? The liquidity that stable coins is going to give the face of this planet is going to blow people's minds. And I know there's people that don't like it. And I know there's people that think, oh, it's a big giant conspiracy in the sky and it's going to enslave us all and we're going to be in mental purgatory the rest of our lives. And just, oh my God, and technology and AI is just, we're done for, Alan. Just, shoot me now. No, that's not what a stable coin is. Period. Let's just go there. Please, just back off a little bit, okay? It's absurd to me. That was just the whole thing is like, how about this? How about the, I don't know, 10s, 50s? I think there's 50 million Bitcoin wallets in America, something like that. How about those people? How about those people that resoundingly elected the president and resoundingly are doing cartwheels down the aisle? And by the way, some of the most the largest campaign donors in the U.S. recently has been crypto. How about those elements? How about it's technology without double spend, without you printing more, and without all the rest of the safeguards that crypto does for mankind? Instead of, gee, I don't know, you live in, who knows, Zimbabwe, where it's a $10 trillion coin or something to buy a loaf of bread. You fools have ruined our money. Oh, there goes. Well, I had a lovely drink there. I had a lovely drink made for myself and I just about wore it. You people in governments situationally have determined that you have a credit card with no limit on it, and you've ruined the value of all money, monetary money on the planet. Politicians. I'm not saying the ones that are currently in office, but I'm saying the ones that are currently in office and all the ones that have gone before. They've ruined the value of all that is, in my opinion, the most sacred thing that we have. I shouldn't say sacred. One of the most important things to own, because your hard labor, your children's efforts, your efforts the rest of every day of your life will be dictated, predicated on how many of these things, US dollar, a euro dollar, whatever it may, a yen, whatever that increments of mankind's ability to obtain, from the bottom up and striving your whole life, and how much you can gain of it and how much you can secure and store away. We've lost, and you've ruined the ability for us to store our acorns for the winter or retirement. That's what you've done to the most important thing that man has. You've destroyed it, obliterated it. And now somebody comes along, or whoever, whether or not you like Satoshi, I don't really care, but Dave Schwartz, whoever, these people come along with a brilliant idea that you can't double spend it, there's only so many of them, it makes money sound again. With the likes of the top 10 or 20 coins, you know the ones I like. And it makes money sound again, and scarce, and valuable, and savable. In fact, anybody that's not saving your money in crypto and precious metals to some degree for the same reason is being obliterated. And it's not just inflation. It's every country has a different inflation level, and it's not always because of what they're printing. It's the rules of the land and the way you've controlled it with the IMF and the rest of it. It's absurd. There's nowhere in nature that exists. It doesn't exist in nature. There's nothing that unfair to where my hard labor, your hard efforts, and your kids' hard efforts for the rest of their lives is going to be valued on something that somebody can just print out of thin air. Frankly, it's disturbing to listen to a politician try and tell me that crypto's a Ponzi scheme or rug pull. Really? You don't even know what, do you have any idea what a Ponzi scheme is? Ponzi scheme is what everybody thinks is normal and real money. That's your Ponzi right there. Anybody that can't see that just hasn't spent 20 minutes outside of just watching lamestream TV with a beer in their hand, worried about the football scores. For God's sakes, wake up, okay? Wake up. It's not too late. You can pull this off still. But to hear these, can you tell them just, I don't even care about the vote because it's coming. They don't have a choice. This is going to happen. This is inevitable. It's exactly the same way I feel about Bitcoin. And I know a lot of you don't like Bitcoin. That's your problem. That's good for you. Okay. You know, blonde brunette thing. I get it. I got that. But the value of all things is coming to crypto. Whether or not you believe that's only your coin or whatever other coin, the value of all things is going to be equated in crypto. We're not going to, I don't know, what's the next thing? No, we're not going there. Are we going to go back to checkbooks? No. Are we going to go back to cash? No. Are we going to gold shekels? No, we're not doing that, right? That's impossible with today's technology. Impossible. And not even remotely likely. And it's how can you look in a camera and have those kind of interviews and just say that ignorance and people buy that. People, it was just so. And again, I know that the thing's going to pass, and I'm not worried about it and the rest of it. I want to talk about the good stuff about it. Okay, as many of you know, that when stablecoins came along, they really boosted the crypto market. It's not because they pumped it all in there and they pumped Bitcoin to the moon because of stablecoins. I know I hear that one all the time. That's not what happened. By the way, you can buy any coin with a stablecoin. Well, virtually any coin with a stablecoin, correct? Even your favorite coin. So that's not what happened, right? People found an avenue to go in and out of their trade or in and out of their coins, and it created liquidity. So let's get into what that means to you with the coin in which you own today. For the first time, maybe in man's history, you're going to be able to say, okay, I opened this account, I have an account, and it's now going to be at my bank. By the way, I talked about this in my Thursday night show. You should check that out. If you have not seen my Thursday night show, it was it was pretty good. I liked it. I haven't rewatched it, but I was there at the time. I barely remember most of it, but it was a good show and you should check it out. When a bank, the OCC was one of the biggest rulings we've had all this week. One of the biggest rulings in the history of all cryptocurrencies was the OCC. And do not let anybody tell you that, oh, yeah, that was just another news thing. That's just a fundamental deal. It's not that big a deal, Alan. Look at this technical analysis that we... No. The OCC, the comp controller, is, in my guesstimated opinion, the most important thing for crypto ever. Ever. Other than encryption, obviously. In a trading market, in an avenue for you to make money, in an ability for your retirement fund to pay you for owning them, in the ability for a bank lender to give them to you. All of these things, all the DeFi, all the rest of it is coming to you because they now have permission to package these things up. If you know anything about Wall Street, they can package up, I don't know, your grandmother's bingo game and make a buck off of it. That's what they do. They're gonna trim the fat in many different areas, and then they're gonna give you returns that are going to sound absurd, because modern bond market and current, well, I shouldn't say that. Many of the options markets are going to allow you to cover call your trades that are going to bring those same returns, but the DEX market that you and I know of, the AMM market, is going to absolutely create wealth. Passive income, maybe for the next 10 to 20 years, in returns that we've never seen before. We've never seen anything like that. And the avenue and the lifeblood of all of that is the OCC saying, banks, let her rip. I happened to be in the industry way back in the day, in 1987, when the banks could trade. I think it passed in 85 or 86, whatever it was. Banks could be a broker. Brokers could be a bank. All of this is now, let's just change the words. Brokers can be crypto. Banks can be crypto. And they can be traders. And they can package products. All of these products are currently in some high level of funds that you and I, or Joe Sixpack, doesn't have an avenue to. Oh, well, you have to be an accredited investor. You have to be this person. You have to drive a limo. You didn't show up here with a driver. Oh, well, we can't sell anything to you. How about Joe Sixpack? Instead of putting this absurd amount of 401k that's automatically deducted out of your check, it's going to go directly into a bank, and then you're going to, just like I Trust Capital and many others do, you're going to be able to say, hey, no, I want to buy silver, I want to buy gold, I want to buy crypto, I want to buy this crypto, I want to buy that crypto. And now I want to, I don't know, DeFi them all. I'm going to DeFi these 5 coins, and I'm going to stake these coins, this Cardano over here, and this Ethereum's going to be staking, and then I'm going to double stake it because I'm going to have it on 2 different exchanges, and the whole thing is to come to you. The avenue of income, the product, the packaging of this entire thing starts with DeFi, obviously. We know how to do that. But what do we need done? We need the banks to have the okie doke, and we need the stable coins for them to say, oh, wow, you mean I don't have to do a check deposit that takes 3 working days, business days to clear, and like a transaction? What was this whole 2-day turnaround trade? We have a revolutionary thought. We're going to do trades in 24 hours. 2-day turnaround. Wow. The whole banking world was excited about the big... No, I'm talking 20 seconds. That's happening. It's now open. Wide open to you and I. Wide open to the bank. The best way to do it for them, the fastest, quickest, easiest way to do it anywhere in the world, stablecoin. Done. There you go. That's how important that is. I still can't even, I have to pinch myself because I still can't even believe that they're about to pass that thing. I'm just like, you're going to do what? Like, you guys do know that it was only, what, 6, 7 years ago that Tether was created? Stablecoin was created just, I don't know, 7 years ago? Some guy had this brilliant idea to go ahead and do that. Based on, and then now, oh, I don't know, every country in the world, think about this, every country in the world might just go ahead and say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to print, I don't know, Zimbabwe dollars, and I'm just going to put them directly into U.S. stablecoins. Right there in the parliament. Yeah, think about that one. What's coming to you has never been here before. You remember the fools that I was talking about in the beginning, starts with politician. Those people, and all of them are, trust me, they're all bought and sold, all of them. Don't get me started about that. Bankers are in the same boat. They have got such archaic rules and thoughts and logic when it comes to money. And the reason why it takes so long to move money from point A to point B in this country to that continent and this one over here to this one takes forever. And the biggest reason is because the profit margins of the stalling of that money. No, you've got to keep it in my account for it. No, Harry, no way. It's always been 2 weeks. I want 10 business days to clear that check. Anything over 10 grand. And I want mine. Where's mine? That's how they see money. That's how they see banking. It's not bad enough that they created this whole thing out of thin air. They then have to charge us interest and stall our money for weeks on end so that they can get their little pittance in between. Stablecoins are about to obliterate that. That's about to go away. In fact, I don't think there's going to be, I think there's, what is there, 90 different currencies or something like that? 190 nations, I know. Over 190 nations. So I think there's 190 currencies. I don't know. Put it down below because you guys are smarter than I am. That day of all those different currencies is coming to an end. Think about it. What do we need all that for? Anyway, if you saw last night or the other night's show, you probably already heard all that stuff. But anyway, it bears repeat sometimes. It is important days in which we live. I cannot believe it's only 20 days until the XRP show. That means it's only 15 days until the Bitcoin show. And by the way, I'm going to be there for both. So if you're going to the Bitcoin show, look for me. I'm going to be there Tuesday. And then if you're going to be at the XRP show, I'm going to be there Friday and Saturday at the XRP show. And from what I hear, there's just a massive amount of people that are going to be there. I think it's going to be fantastic. And as date gets closer, we're going to do way more on this show. And I'm going to tell you way more about what we're planning to do there. And I think it's going to blow a lot of minds. And I think you're going to really appreciate it. Even if you can't watch the whole, I don't know, we might just go live for like 5, 6, 8 hours. You never know each day. So you can always come back and check it out later or, during the weekend, whenever you have the time. It's going to be there for you is what I'm trying to say here. That's what I'm trying to unsuccessfully spit out right here. So remember, stablecoins are coming. They can't stop it. Crypto's here to stay. Can't stop it. They have no better solution. And then now we're going to hold their feet to the fire and tell them we want accountability and money. That's crypto. What other choice do they have? Gold? Seriously? Really? You're going to give up your Amazon account? How are you going to send gold over your phone? I know. It's tricky. It's really tricky. I don't know. Maybe we could get the drones to pick up your little coin and then just take it over. But that I doubt that's probably going to happen. And the problem with gold is you can't trust anybody with it. Like, how do you send it to the kids at school with it or anything? And then you're going to say, okay, well, we'll tokenize it. And then it's, well, where's the vault and who counted it? And is the gold still in that vault that now that you've tokenized it, now that you can make as many tokens as you want and then say that you actually have 50 bars of gold when you really only have one? That's been our problem with money all along. And that's my struggle with gold. Okay? As a monetary, it's not fungible. I mean, it's just not the way for mankind to go in the future. This man's opinion. You know, I do this show and I throw my opinions around. Sometimes they're accurate. Rarely, but I mean, occasionally, the crypto market right now is green. Green candles, love waking up to green candles. There's just something about it. It's a beautiful thing. But I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Lately, in the last couple of days, it's been going up so much. I'm like, well, I guess I kind of wish I had more of that coin and that one over there, and that H bar. I got some of those, but man, I wish I had more of that one. And that XDC. Look how expensive that is now. When did that happen? Like, I could have got in that stronghold. I could have got those for nothing, and now look at them. And it's just not fair. Shoot, missed the boat again. Anyway, I know you didn't miss the boat because you watch this show, and you've got a bunch of XRP, XLM, and many other coins, and you and I are going to rock it. And I can't wait for that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please get outside. Please do something. Pet your dog. Love your kids. Love the neighbors. They're really good people. I know they don't sound like it all the time. They're pretty good folks. You really get to know people. Most people are pretty good. All right. I love you all. I will be back.